Welcome. I'm Dave Graybill, host of the Fishin Magician Outdoor Show, and I'm really excited. I'm here today with Jerrod Gibbons, Upper Columbia Guide Service, and you know, he's usually really busy right about now getting ready for the spring turkey hunts that he guides for, but he called me very excited, and he's going to interrupt his turkey scouting because he found out about a fishery I knew I would love. So where are we today?
We're at Palmer Lake here, just north of Loomis. So we're going to go after those kokanee out there. We whacked them here a couple days ago, so let's get out there and we'll whack some fish.
That's really exciting. You know, kokanee, the interest in kokanee has just grown. I mean, they've been available on Lake Chelan for decades. They've been available on Lake Roosevelt for decades. But there's just in the last few years, I'm just sensing a lot more excitement about kokanee fishing in our region. And what intrigues me about this one is it's going to be the earliest one that anglers can expect good fishing in the early spring. That's what's got my attention, because Chelan's not going to light up until middle of May, you know, when we've got places like Billy Clap that are good through the summer. But to be able to get at kokanee this time of year has really got me excited. So we're going to throw the boat in the water and see how the kokanee fishing is up here at Palmer Lake. Okay, we're going to get some rods set up right now. What we're going to do is run a couple off the downriggers. With that, I'm going to set up a couple of rods that are very specialized for kokanee fishing. These are only 7.5 feet long. Now, I've used longer rods, but these very specialized rods have an extremely light tip, and that's to help be a shock absorber for these kokanees that are really, really known for their fighting. And we're going to use some of the good old, say, flashlights and wedding ring spinner combinations that work really well. We'll tip that with a worm and white corn. Then also I brought along one of the lures that worked very well for me for kokanee last year, particularly at Billy Clap, is this little super duper. We'll also tip that with some white corn, and we might run that one behind a small trout dodger. And so we have the ability to experiment with a couple of different approaches, and we'll find what depth they're at, and we'll put some of these rigs in front of them and see if we can get them up that high. Yeah, we'll just wander around out here until we see something on the screen.
Yeah.
Then we'll find out how deep we're going to fish.
I think one thing, like I'm marking 5 fish on the bottom there.
I was just telling Jerrod, I didn't remember how big this lake is. It's got to be thousands of acres. And in a beautiful setting, up at the top of this valley, just above Loomis. It's interesting to see that road to Chapaka cutting up the side of the hill. That's a very popular fly fishing lake in this region. But I also really, what got my attention about Palmer Lake first was the smallmouth bass fishing. And I know what, you caught them over 7.3 is your smallmouth.
That's my big in this lake now.
That's a big smallmouth in any lake. And so that's always been a big attraction up here. The largemouth, they're in here too, I know.
Definitely.
And there are rainbow trout in Palmer Lake as well.
Yeah, we got one the other day. It wasn't very big, but you know, there's some trout in here as well.
Exactly. And I've heard the perch fishing can be good. And through the ice in the winter, the state record burbot, or freshwater lingcod as many people call them, came right here from Palmer Lake.
Exactly.
Yeah. So there's a variety of reasons to come up to Palmer Lake any time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
It's there.
Okay. Oh, let's see. How we gonna just do it right off the back
here. Hey, what do you know? Difficulty factor of 9.9.
Perfect. All we got to do is tangle up a little bit and we're golden.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, the super
Look
duper.
at that. Nice fish, though.
It's a beautiful, beautiful kokanee.
Look at that kokanee. Oh. He's frisky.
Oh yeah.
Now that's what we're looking for.
Look at him go! Whoa! Beautiful fish, aren't they?
Man, they are so much fun. A lot of people get excited about kokanee. My goodness.
You're in the middle of what sentence? And man, I know you sprung pretty dang quick for that rod.
Oh, that was a chunky guy. Now I want to look at these other rods. Come on. Okay. Coming. Keep it moving. Oh, good. There we go. And get him off here. Maybe we can get a picture of him, huh? No one is happy about having to repair a vehicle after an accident. However, I was very happy when I chose First Choice Collision Center when I needed this service. I can't say enough about how they treated me. Fast and friendly just doesn't say enough. They have amazing technology to make a damaged vehicle look like new. At First Choice Collision Center, you can expect modern service with old-fashioned values. That was my experience, and I'm sure it will be yours too.
No matter where anglers are heading, whether it's Banks Lake, Lake Roosevelt, or Rufus Woods Reservoir, they all make the same stop. That's at Big Wally's in Coulee City. Here they find everything they need for a successful day on the water. Fuel, ice, a tackle shop, and people who know what they're selling behind the counter. State and tribal licenses, even a hot breakfast or lunch. When you're on the go, don't forget to stop at Big Wally's and visit their website at bigwallysfishing.com.
Hooked on toys!
Anglers are shifting gears and focusing on our popular winter fisheries with Rufus Woods Reservoir at the top of the list. Whether you're after big triploid rainbow from a boat or the shore, Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee has everything you need to do battle with these prized trout. From power bait to trolling lures, Hooked on Toys has the biggest selection you'll find anywhere. Stock up for winter fishing fun at Hooked on Toys in Wenatchee, located at 1444 North Wenatchee Avenue or online at hookedontoys.com.
Hooked on toys!
Never fail. Hey, it's your turn when you
Oh,
get,
go
get
for
your
it.
stuff up here.
Go for it.
Okay, well, what do you know? We're getting them.
Keep them close to about the same area we got them last time.
Oh, out of motor.
There you go.
Very good ground. Good reach.
All right.
Dang, another.
Nice fish.
Yes, fat guy.
Yeah. We were, weren't we? All right.
I love the way these things hit. Oh, man. I thought you were talking about a salmon.
I was. Rod just went off.
That was great. I'm still looking at him. You seen back rod, and I said, really?
Really? No, really, it was back rod.
Jumps across in front of me.
And the hot rod today.
It sure has.
There he comes.
Well, you've been smart staying in this one area where we're seeing fish, because this is where we're getting them. Oh, get him! You get it? Fish on! Double. Maybe. I saw the rod bouncing though.
Yeah.
I was leaning over with the net.
Nope, he's gone. Shoot, we had a double.
Honey, you are not gonna believe this. I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the new cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste, but 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste. 60% less sugar.
Yeah. I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get a camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna flip.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Introducing Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Are you getting this, honey? It's going viral.
This is Dave Graybill, the Fishin Magician, and when I fish the Upper Columbia and the Madhow Rivers for steelhead, I stay at the Lake Pateros Inn. I can tie my boat right up out front and be minutes from the action. The famous Miller Hole on the Madhow is less than 2 miles away. The rooms are comfortable and surprisingly affordable, and I'll be making the Lake Pateros Inn my base camp. To learn how to book your room at the Lake Pateros Inn, log on to lakepaterosmotorinn.com or call 866-444-1985.
Your Town Ford is kicking off the season with the best deals of the year. It's the Built Ford Tough Truck event. Great power and amazing fuel economy means no compromises. And that's what you get in a truck built Ford Tough, like the Ford F-150 with a powerful and efficient EcoBoost engine. The power you want and the economy you need. Or Ford Super Duty with its amazing 6.7-liter Power Stroke turbo diesel. If you're looking for power, payload, towing economy, your Town Ford's got the truck for you. Head to your Town Ford in East Wenatchee.
Well, I know when you're not kokanee fishing this early in the season, you're anxious for the water to warm up just a little bit so the bass get going.
Yep.
I know this is one of your favorite places to fish for bass. In fact, you've won a tournament here twice, haven't you?
Yeah, I've won this lake twice, 2 different tournaments.
And just down the valley, we passed it on the way up, is called Whitestone Lake.
Mm-hmm.
You've won a couple of tournaments there.
Yeah, it's a fun fishery up in this area. I mean, a lot of good largemouth, some real nice smallmouth.
Right.
Whitestone being a predominant all largemouth lake.
Yeah.
And this one here, you know, I won them on smallmouth, but they have some really good largemouth in certain areas up here.
Right.
So at certain times, the largemouth can be a fish to target up here. Other times, cranking for smallmouth early on seems to be the way to do it.
Right. Now you've won 2 tournaments on Whitestone, and then you've won 2 tournaments on the Okanogan River itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Early spring tournaments, those bigger fish come up and they're more aggressive, and so cranking for those and using grubs and tubes on rock shells, and just getting them as they're coming up and just starting to feed a lot. That's the big time to get the bigger fish is in the spring.
Now, and you've told me what's interesting, I think, about the Okanogan River fishery is that when you catch the bigger fish, the visibility is about 3 inches.
That's about right.
It's just
Exactly.
muddy, and yeah, you use yellow bright grubs and big bright cranks.
Yep. Big bright cranks. Just something that rattles. Sometimes there's a rattle in them. Noise attractant. With that water being so murky, you try to use something that's bright and noisy down there to catch those fish. You know, even a stop and go method on your crankbaits. You hit a rock, stop it. You know, they'll come up and they'll come and they'll stop it. They'll stop at the bait. As soon as you start it back up again, those fish will hit it right away. So just certain techniques on using your crankbaits and your jigs works really good in these waters.
Right. Now, earlier too, you mentioned, I thought was interesting, that you have caught spawning colored kokanee in May.
Yeah, towards the end of May.
See, now that's interesting because on Chelan, that's about when the fishery's really getting going.
Mm-hmm.
Up here, that's getting toward the end of it.
Exactly. It was towards the end of May there, we were bass fishing. Saw all these fish up there. I was like, what the heck? I threw my rattle trap up through them. Wham! Fish after fish. I took 10 minutes off of bass fishing and just whacked the kokanee for a while.
Yeah.
Then went back to bass fishing. Had to do that. So, but, they're up here and you can whack them that time of year also.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing that this is an early season fishery for kokanee, one of the earliest I know, other than the big impoundments like Rufus Woods or Lake Roosevelt.
Exactly.
The goal of Battery Systems is to provide the best products combined with the most efficient service at competitive prices. I've found their people live up to this, so don't buy anything without talking to them. You should make their batteries and accessories your choice to power your vehicles and boats. This is Dave Graybill, and I choose Battery Systems to keep me running onshore and on the water. To find a Battery Systems product expert in a location near you, log on to batterysystems.net.
Boating is something the whole family can enjoy, and it's surprising how affordable a new boat can be from Bob File Boats and Motors. Stop in today and take a look at the largest selection of boats in North Central Washington, including top names, Bayliner and Tahoe. Bob File Boats and Motors can help you find that boat that fits your needs. And whether it's for fishing or just a ride on the water, you can be sure your new boat will provide hours of fun for years to come. Visit the boating experts today. Bob File Boats and Motors on the Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee, the place to buy a boat.
I'm doing just putting the worm on the front hook there. Let it trail behind in that back hook. I'm going to just tip it with corn. Worm and corn. Full meal deal.
Yeah.
Now if we can just get one to stay on this rod. Got a nice little bag. Because we lost 3 on this, kept that hook exposed on the back instead of putting the corn on.
Okay.
There we go.
Got him. Nice. Okay, just changing that presentation up just a little bit. Made that rod light up.
Yep. I've got the hook in the net. Okay. Another nice kokanee. Beautiful, beautiful fish.
Super.
Right on. Got him, Dave?
That's real weird. No. I've been noticing it. Oh, there he is.
There he is.
He's been on there for quite a while. There he goes.
Oh, then there he goes.
Yeah, he was on there for quite a while.
Was he? Woo, jumping away.
Whoa!
All right.
I'm always messing around with something. Good grab, okay. Here's another one. Beautiful. Yeah, these are all just right in there. 14 and a half, 15 inches.
Yep. Absolutely beautiful fish.
Very happy. That's nice. Hey, well, Jerrod, thanks so much for getting us up here for some really early season quality kokanee fishing here at Palmer Lake.
You're very welcome.
Oh man, I mean, you were right. When you called Dave, you better get up here. You know how I like to catch kokanee. And this is about as early as I've ever caught a kokanee anywhere here in Central Washington. And I can't think of a more beautiful setting to do it in. And these fish, I mean, they're all easily within 14 to over 15 inches, every single one of them. Fat, beautiful, excellent quality kokanee fishing. And we're doing it here in the early spring on Palmer Lake.
Just like everybody hooks their boat different. Beautiful. Okay.